Hey guys, today is August 20th, 2020, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about the staple in our hobby, which cannot be overestimated, which is an Oscar cichlid. There are so many of them sold, and so many people kept them and have fond memories of them and how it was their first fish, or the fish they liked the most interactive, the most growing to the largest size in their aquarium, etc. So Oscars are really a staple in our hobby, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a story on our Oscars. I never bought an Oscar in my life. Every Oscar we have has been rescued by us, and we have probably about 8 of them right now. So whatever we see, I'm going to just go with what we see right here. This Oscar came to us about 4 years ago, I want to say. He's got a bad upper lip. It's kind of like smashed in. These two Oscars are figuring out the differences. So because of this defect, it's got some hole in the head disease, as you can see. This is the only Oscar that we have that has this hole in the head disease. But other than that, it's a beautiful Oscar, very well growing. It's probably about, I'd say 12, 13 inches right now in total length, tip to tip. There is another Oscar right here, which has a lower lip problem. This has the upper lip problem. This has the lower lip problem. This one also rescue. I mean, they both look like tiger Oscar, one of the common morphs. This one's a bit bigger and better growing. It's probably about 14 inches right now. It came to us about a year ago, I want to say, at about 8 inches, maybe 10. The one next to it is also a tiger Oscar. That's an old one. That one is probably pushing 10 years old. It's about 16 inches. It had very bad eye bulge in both eyes, and it used to be in this 4,500 gallon tank. But the gars in that tank damaged its eyes. As you can see, both eyes are popped. So I transferred them here. I transferred all the Oscars actually here in this tank, and it's been here since then. This orange morph, I don't know what it's called. I guess you could tell me in the comments. This one came from the same tank as the tiger Oscar with the split lower lip, and it's not as large growing. It's probably about 11, 12 inches right now. Its tummy kind of a little bit concave, which I don't know why. It doesn't eat as much as other Oscars, but it still eats rather well. They all eat pellets and cut herring. I thaw frozen herring for them, soak it in Vitachem supplement, and then feed this tank. Yeah, that Oscar decided to take it on that rock now. I don't know if you caught it or not, but that's what it was trying to do. Alright, what else do we have here? This is our buddy with the mangled upper lip. This is the biggest probably Oscar we have. His name is Titanium. He came to us about 6 or 7 years ago as a second-degree rescue. It was rescued by one girl here in Naples, and then out of very, very bad water, and she was surprised this Oscar lived, so she gave it a name, Titanium. It's about 15, 16 inches in total length, and it's been with us, as I said, for a long time and doing well. Here's another Oscar morph. It used to have white background with orange stripes, but right now the background is kind of getting muddled and dirty. This one came to us about half a year ago, I want to say. And you see it's pretty aggressive. It also always charges other Oscars with an open mouth. But other than that, I mean, they never do much damage when they fight, or rather not fight, but posture, I guess. Show off and posturing it's called. Here's another Oscar, which is a different species. On Monster Fish Keepers, Jason Gun Fishing, I did it as Astronautos orbitalis. Some people thought it was Crassipenis, but I trust Jason, who says this is orbitalis. That's the one with a more stripy, banded pattern. This guy was also as a rescue. It came to us about, I want to say, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. As I said, they've all been doing very well. No problem feeding them usually. Some of them feed more than others, but they all feed well. They don't cause problems with the fish they cannot swallow and eat. And even among themselves, they don't cause that many problems. It's mostly just that open mouth charge, just like you see here repeatedly, here and there. But there is never jerking, there is never lip locking, there is never damage. They may get some damage, as you can see, on the lip, inside on the lip of that banded, orange banded Oscar. There is a little sore. So that's from all the charging and trying to intimidate other Oscars. But that's the worst of it. It usually goes away. Right now it's a bit ripped up and opened, so it's a little inflamed. Titanium. It is shaking like that. That looks to me, when they shake like this, that looks to me like a part of the breeding courtship or breeding behavior. At least this is what I saw from other cichlids. When they tremor or shake like this, I saw this in African cichlids. Again, I'm a cichlid newbie, so don't be too harsh on me. I come from oddball and catfish background, so with cichlids I have much to learn yet. Yeah, you scare everybody. You're gonna scare the whole internet. That's right. Maybe you could tell me in the comments why his skin is turning grayish, dirty. Because its skin was white. It didn't have any pigmentation other than the tiger bands, the orange bands on it. So I don't know why it's losing its striking coloration. Used to be much prettier when the skin was white. It's got some yellow on the tummy too. Here's the orbitalis is shaking as well. I don't know, maybe they're getting in the mood of something. Orbitalis is also not a big Oscar so far. It's probably about 12 inches. I'm told by others that Oscars can reach 18 inches. I think somebody said 19 inch. They saw a 19 inch Oscar. So those are the champions as far as I know again. And I don't know that much about cichlids. So our two biggest, the blind one, the eyeless, and the titanium, are about 16 inches, I'd say. You can also tell me in the comments what this shaking means, why they tremor like this, and if I'm correct in assuming that this has to do with the breeding behavior, or if it's purely dominance and pecking order, a hierarchy behavior. You can tell me that. So I learn along with you guys, and we all learn together and help each other out and grow in this hobby together. So that's it, that's our Oscar story. There's nice lighting here. Orbitalis, titanium. I also noticed that they don't respect size. Our biggest Oscars, titanium, and the eyeless Oscar, they get challenged by the smaller guys without any regard to the size or the age, it seems. Titanium is a very tall-bodied Oscar. You see how steep is the back line. It goes up. I don't know if it's the age, because he's also pushing 10 years old, or the sexual difference, because he's a male, or some other, I do not know. Here's the mangled upper lip. You can see the holes in his forehead. That's hole in the head disease. I think it has to do with its injury or defect, probably birth defect, that made it more susceptible to the hole in the head disease. The eyeless Oscar was donated to us probably about 4 years ago, I want to say, or 5 years ago. And his name is Oscar, not very original. But he's an Oscar. He hasn't been eating as much at all ever since his eyes got taken out. But his eyes been taken out probably about 6 months ago, or so, maybe 7 or 8. And he's been doing okay. I mean, he doesn't look that bad. You can also tell me in the comments what this orange guy is, what the morph is called, if you know it. They're pretty fish for sure. The coloration is striking. So no wonder they're so popular and people like them. They have a lot of personality. As the saying goes, Oscar never disappoint, meaning that whenever you feed or approach the tank, they tend to interact with you. They're the ones that will come over and make a show. As you can see, they bump into each other and puff up their gills, and they show you something to chew on, while many other fish, you know, don't do much. But not the Oscars. The water temperature is about 86-ish, 80-ish degree Fahrenheit. So the water is very warm. but it's very well aerated, so they have enough oxygen, but I don't know how comfortable they are at such in such warm water. But this is seasonal, I have no control over it. It's gonna start cooling off in October, November, as we're in the subtropical part of Florida. Okay guys, that's our Oscar story. Thank you much for watching. Enjoy your hobby for all of us. Bye.